What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about this beauty right here. This is the Timber Knives skewer with the black and gold G10 marble, I believe they said. Now, the blade steel that they're using is a 5/2100. It's a new steel to me, but so far I've been loving it. Now, this is a more self-defense styled EDC knife, which is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but I've been loving this thing for an EDC fixed blade. Carried this thing for about a month now. Now, let's get right into actually, before we get into anything, drop down, subscribe to the channel for more. That way you don't forget. I'll wait a second. Come on, we'll wait. All right, thank you. So first off, it comes with a Kydex sheath. It's a nice Kydex sheath. The retention is really nice. It comes with an ulti clip, so for pocket carry, this thing is really nice. Even got a little thumb ramp right there. Pop it out. Now, they have some other blade designs and everything that I've seen, but I got this one in the Tanto, and I'm typically not the biggest fan of a Tanto blade, but this thing is wickedly nice. I've really enjoyed this. You can see it's gotten a little bit of a beating to it, but we're about to put it through a whole lot more. This is, I know you probably clicked on it and you're like, torture test, he's in his office. We're going through an overview first before we get to the good stuff, all right? Now, it's got this little thumb ramp right here that I've really enjoyed. Just really locks in your finger, and then it's also got forward jimping. I wish every fixed blade had forward jimping. It doesn't take that long to do, but it is such a great piece for getting close, doing that fine work. I love that. And specifically paired with this Tanto blade, using it in a utility way, just opening packages, doing fine detail cuts on pieces of leather I've been working on. Fantastic. Now, the sheath, it leaves a little to be desired with me. I mean, it's not as tight as I would like it to be, and it's not holding much of that handle. Like you can see, it's only holding that much. And what that means is it comes out really easy, and some people like that. Not me. I want to know my knife's going to be there when I go for it, and I have had this come out of my pocket. So I tossed this to the trash and found this lion steel leather sheath, and this is how I've been rocking it for the majority, just on my hip, kind of cantered forward like that, pull it out, get to it. Now, also with this handle, it's like a box shape to it that I'm not entirely used to, but it swells down here at the bottom, and it's actually really comfortable for being that small. This is gonna sound weird, but it gives me the comfort of like a contractor's pencil, but it's got that swell down, so slashing, stabbing, and also in a reverse grip, you get a nice place to rest your thumb to put some force down, and we're about to go test it outside so we can really get a good detail. But this is just a rough overview, what I like about it. This is the blade, beautiful handles. Now, Timber Knives in Heber City, Utah. Some good friends of mine, so I really wanted to check this out. This is the first of probably many knives that I'm going to be messing around with and checking out. And I'm really excited to see how this does, and I'm also a little bit worried because it is a beautiful knife. So, with that said, I've got this ranked down into about 6 categories for the tests. And I'm going to be testing them from 1 to 5. So first one is my overall design, and that's something we can do in here. Overall design, I do really like. I've loved carrying it as an EDC fixed blade. It's been phenomenal, everyday tasks, stuff like that. Even a little bushcrafting I've been doing with it, just messing about, just daily tasks. Second is the carry option and how it carries and how it wears on your body. We'll get to the end of the video and I'll give you guys my whole points on this. Does it do the job that it's intended? I would say this is intended for an EDC and self-defense purpose. So we're going to check that. Outside job intended. Now this is not a bushcrafting survival knife, but what if this is all we had to bushcraft with? What if this is all we had to survive with? Let's go test it out. See what happens, you know. Also, comfort level. That's a huge thing with me and knives. How comfortable is it when we're doing those jobs? So it's going to be ranked on that. And the durability of the blade overall and how the edge holds up. Those are the 6 things that we're going to be checking in on. And we're going to be scoring 1 to 5 throughout the entire video. And we'll come back at the end. We'll tally it up. And we'll see if this timber knife skewer is worth its price. And let's talk about that price. They list these for $150 and make them in shop. Made in America. The guys at the shop are making these. Custom made knife for $150. It's hard to beat that. But let's see how it does and see if it's worth your money. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. So you go down to Summit Watch Club, you pick yourself up a beautiful G-Shock, and you join the G-Shock Mafia. Welcome to the family. Alright, in all seriousness, Summit Watch Club has been so good to the channel. We keep appreciating their support and their help with the channel at this time. Go check out the watches. They've got Seikos, Custos, balls, everything you can think of. My personal favorite, and you'll be seeing a lot of on the channel, are these G-Shock Casiokes. They are beautiful watches. Go check them out in the shop. Come join the G-Shock Mafia. It's for everybody. Everybody's welcome. They're durable. They're reliable. They're the best watches if you don't own a watch and you want to start out, or you're just looking for something to spice up your collection with. Might as well get a beautiful G-Shock. I mean, these things are elegant, extravagant, rugged, durable, beautiful. Everything you could possibly want. Go check them out at Summit Watch Club in Heber City, right on Main Street, right next to Timber Knives. Great people over there. We really appreciate the support on the channel. Let's get back to the video. All right, first off, carrying. It's been great to carry. I carry it on my side right here in this sheath. Easy to get to. Been a great carry situation. Now let's look. Carry option. Great. We'll get more into that when we get back inside. Now, does it do the job that it's intended? I've taken this cardboard boxes, opening letters, slicing up apples and food and all that. It does great as a knife. If you're just looking for an everyman's knife, this is a great option. But self-defense? That's what I'd like to find out, because this is styled as a self-defense, more tactical style leaning blade, and I would like to see how it handles those situations. Now, we got this tire right here, and I would like to stab this tire to simulate stabbing a possible intruder. Now remember, kids, we take safety very seriously. That's why I have my safety rated glasses and safety rated stabbing glove for this exact occasion. Now we're gonna do a hammer grip to start. All right. All that friction's warmed up the blade, but she's doing great. Now let's try a stab and pulling. Ooh, just completely open that up. Now what if we're in a situation like that? We're going down on somebody and we gotta get a couple jabs in. All right, it's getting hard to hold on to. All right, and some slashes. So you can see the slashes. This thing is a wicked blade with that Tonto. It just completely slices open. You can see a bunch of these stab marks. Goes in really well. Now the handle is slicker, and with these gloves, when I was stabbing in, trying to pull out, it was slipping out of my hand. Let's get some close-up action of me stabbing right here. This has not been stabbed yet. Just the tip on that one. Wiggling it out. No bending. Full pop. Twist it. Twist. Dig in real nice. Pull out. Absolutely nothing so far. Let's try right here on the tread. All right. Got stuck right there on the tip. See, now, this part's starting to jab into me when I go into those thrusts. Little uncomfortable, so if you hit somebody in the bones or something hard, you're gonna jar up your hand. But it's puncturing with that tip, not super deep, but these are nice treads, nice, hard, and thick. But so far for that, slashing, beating, if you had to stab somebody with that, I think that'd do something of a job. Now for a harder element, I have this little mock-up Viking shield. Let's give it a couple jabs and see how she holds up. Woo! She stuck nice. Still no bending. Oh, see, that is sending a lot of shock in my hand. Right here's catching my pinky, and right there with the thumb. It's a lot of shock on the hands for doing some stabbing, but for some cutting, super comfortable. Slice is nice. Now let's get a little mean with it, huh? Let's see, a little. All right. Yeah, I'd say that's hammered in pretty well. Let's see if I can get it out. I cannot pull it out like that. down into that second piece of wood. Split that up. We're gonna have to hit her out. Oh, I just broke the handle.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
The handle did just break. Let's see if I can get it out. Man, she's really in there. Alright, we've got it out, but as you can see, we've broken those beautiful handles. Now, this is kind of to be expected with these a lot more fragile handle materials, so I can't really fault them for that. And we're putting this thing outside the paces that it should be put in, but not that big of a deal. We keep moving forward. Alright, so as you can see, I have broken those beautiful handles. I am a little devastated, to be honest with you, but that's what these reviews are for. And we're not reviewing the handles. We're reviewing the blade. So let's keep going. Now, I want to see if I can do some carving with this. Now it's going to be a little less comfortable with this handle missing, but we persist. If I had to survive and this is the only knife I had on me, let's see what I could do. Do a little notching. Now it is definitely a whole lot less comfortable without that handle. Trying to get any pressure behind that's not really working. But let's bring it to the end of the review. Knock this boy off with a bang with some patoning. Alright. Now this is some harder wood. Look at that. We keep going. Now we're getting down to these knots. I have to see if I can't wedge this out. We're stuck down here with these knots. Let's see. All right. And we continue. Want to get a nice angle, see if I can't get some feather sticks. Well, she'll baton. Let's see. Well, that's just for demonstration, but she'll do it. And she batoned through. All right, guys, we are back with the Timber Knives skewer. Looking a lot different than the last time we were inside. I mean, now I got these cool little handle danglies. And the other pieces broke off. But still a useful blade. I could wrap this around with paracord very easily and still have a completely functional blade. I don't know what I'll end up doing with this, but I'm definitely going to keep carrying it, and I'm definitely going to keep it. But I might do something cool. Check out on my Instagram. You'll be seeing some videos and pictures of what I end up doing with it. Now let's get over to the overall ranking. Now, what do I rank this Timber Knives skewer? First, overall design, I give it a 5 out of 5. I mean, this thing is beautiful. It's comfortable in the hand. It's carryable. For what it's designed to be, it's fantastic. I love it. It is such a great design. And for a custom-made knife, you can't beat 150. There are other custom designers that for the exact same knife and maybe a different blade shape and steel, but basically the same knife, you're looking at $400, $500, $600 for, where you can walk out the door $160 for that after taxes. It's fantastic. 5 out of 5 for the overall design. Now the carry option. I did have my critique with the Kydex, the way I was carrying it. But on the other hand, a lot of custom makers don't even give you a sheath. Or it's an added on $100 for a leather sheath and $80 for a Kydex sheath. They throw it in. It's comfortable. It's clean. It's done well. Comes with the ulti clip from them. And it's a $150 knife. Fantastic. So I give it a 4 out of 5, and the only reason it's not a 5 out of 5 is my earlier gripes with the sheath and the retention and me losing the knife while I was sitting down. So 4 out of 5 for the carry option. Number 3, does it do the job it's intended? As you guys got to see out there, I was stabbing, twisting, jerking, slashing, all the things that you would be expectant of to use this blade in a self-defense fighting scenario. And this would do it, and it'd do it mean, green, bean machine. And there is no... Here, I don't even know if it's picking that up. There is no disfiguring, and I mean, I was ripping this bitch sideways. A lot of blades, when I do that, snap underneath that force. Even when I was hammering it out of that shield, the only thing that really took the beating and broke were the handle scales. And I can't fault them that much on that, because these are not the kind of scales that are made to be doing that and taking blunt wax with a wood baton. But overall, for the job intended, I gotta give it a 5. I mean, for everyday tasks, most people aren't going to be getting in knife fights and street fights and all of that. They're going to be opening boxes, cutting apples, things like that. Now, outside job intended, I mean, I put it through its paces. I broke it, literally. But I split some wood. I was able to get some shavings off, do a tiny little notch. It does not lend itself to wood carving, but the blade geometry and the handle just does not lead itself to that. And that's not a huge knock. This is not designed as a bushcraft knife to do bushcraft things and outdoor tasks. I was pushing the boundaries of this knife, as a torture test does, and that's where we had this little failure issue. And even after that, batoned a whole piece of wood, and I've been beating on this thing a lot just in my daily carry. Just throwing it into trees, stabbing doors and tables, and throwing it into stumps. I mean, this thing has been getting a lot of use. So, for outside intended, I gotta give it a 3 out of 5. Now, did it perform extremely well? No. That would be a 5 out of 5. Did it succeed? Yes, and that's why it gets a 3. But it's not a bushcraft knife, and we can't dox it that much for not being a bushcraft knife when it's not designed to be so. Comfort, I mean, this thing was absolutely comfortable in every kind of use case until it got into the hard jabbing and getting that resistance wood stump into the thicker tread of the tire. This little swell right here was bashing right there into my pinky bone, and that's typical with a lot of knives. If you have a specific self-defense knife that you like, go stab some shit with it. Tell me how much you like it. It's to be expected. Even with the thumb is going to take a bunch of that shock and absorb some of that. That's to be expected. But altogether, comfort, 4 out of 5. I love this knife. It's beautiful, fantastic. I can't get enough of it. I'm going to figure out something to do with these handles because I still love this knife a lot. Now, durability and edge, that's where this thing has really surprised me. I mean, with the beating it's taken, this thing is true. I've had a lot of knives break, snap, and bend smacking it the way we did, and the only thing that broke were the handles. The edge is fantastic. I'm very surprised the edge. No chipping, rolling, burring. I mean, this thing's still a razor blade. And all I've done is stropping. It comes with a great edge from Timber Knives. And so durability and edge, I gotta give it a 4. The only reason it's not a 5 is because the handles broke. And that's the only negative I can give it, is the handles broke when it comes to durability. Now, Timber Knives in Heber City, they're a small company. They sell Benchmade, Spyderco, Microtech, just about every knife you can think of. And I'm so happy that they're making their own knives and getting their name out there and doing these really cool handles and these really nice blade designs. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. Go show them some support. Go order you a knife. I mean, if anything, I hope you guys take away from this video that this is a mean little bastard that'll hold up. And yeah, the handle's gonna take a shit if you smack it with a giant piece of wood a couple times while it's cemented into 2 other pieces of wood. Now, if you're wanting something a lot tougher than this, that won't happen with, there's a million other options for you. But for the guys who saw this knife and said yes, go check them out. Timber Knives in Heber City, Utah. Thanks for letting me do a review on your blade. I paid for this. This is not a paid sponsorship. I paid for this with my own money. They didn't give me any notes or anything. This is all of my accord and my own shenanigans. But with that, go get lost, find a way. I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Easy fix. Puzzle code in my head. Now it's on the walls. Everything is good.